Hi Aries, and happy birthday to the Aries that celebrate their birthday in the month of April. So this month is going to be a real game changing month for you Aries out there, because your ruling planet Mars is going to go retrograde on the 17th of this month at 8 degrees of Sagittarius, which is also another fire sign. So a lot of you Aries are going to be going through a very big, actually all of you Aries are going to be going through a big personal change until the fall, when your ruling planet will go direct. So this is going to be a real big time for a lot of you Aries to really reflect on basically how you externalize your energy. How do you use your energy, your physical energy, your drive? How do you really use it to pursue your desires? And with Mars retrograding for the next 6 months, you're really going to be analyzing the way that you've been conducting yourself and basically your motives, why you do things. And this is going to be a really good time for you to really understand that and how you take action, and not really rushing. It's going to be more of a slow motion type of time for you starting this month, which is good. This Aries are always in a rush to do things, always busy. Sometimes it's good to like reflect. So the beginning of the month starts off with Venus going into your first house. So a lot of love is going to be coming to your first house, Aries. It is your birthday season. So a lot of you are going to be receiving love. And Mercury is going to be going into your second. What do you value? And the way that you deal with your money, your relationship with money. How do you feel about money? And the money that you earn. How can you earn more money? This is going to be a time where you're going to be looking at that, thinking about that, because Mercury is all about communication and thinking and processing things. So a lot of you Aries will be thinking about how you make money. How important is money to you? How does money really affect the relationships that you also have with other people as well. You have a new moon happening in your first house of self also, which is really big news. This month is really all about you Aries. The new moon is going to be happening at 4 degrees of Aries, and it's going to be in your first house. So really like setting new intentions for like emotional change. This new moon is going to be here with Uranus, which is in your sign, which is a planet of surprise and electricity, spontaneity, and change. So a lot of you Aries might just want to really change something about yourself, like emotionally or just in appearance wise, which is always good for some people out there. If you want to really just change the way you look at certain things with your emotions, and really probably you've been getting a little bit more in touch with your emotions around this time, which is wonderful, because when your ruling planet is going to be retrograde, it's going to be a great time for you to reflect on those things. The sun is going to move into your second house along with Mercury. So the focus is going to be really on the money, your self-values. How do you feel about yourself? How do you personally feel about you? No one else, just you Aries. How do you feel about your money? How do you feel about your values, your traditions, things from your family, maybe properties that you own, things that you possess, things that you call yours, things that are yours. How do you really look at those things? How do you manage those things? And is there ways that you could probably do it a little bit different with the sun coming there? It is going to be illuminating that part of your chart. And then on the 22nd, you're going to have a full moon in your 8th house of joint finances and resources. The way you deal with power and control, your vulnerabilities, financial alignments that you may have, any debts, any taxes, any bank, anything that has to deal with your finances. This is really a really good time to really kind of like go over that, look at that. There might also be just something happening or coming out the blue in that department of your life with the full moon. It's kind of like a culmination of that area that you've been thinking about for the past 6 months. So it might just show some fruition around that time if you've been working at it, of course. And then on the 28th, Mercury is going to retrograde in your second house. When Mercury retrograde, it's really a good time to reflect on that house. You have your ruling planet going retrograde, you have Mercury going retrograde. So your motives, your actions, the way you're communicating, how are you looking at the way things are going with your money? When Mercury is going to be retrograding in this area, it is a really good time for you to really reflect on your money, on your values, on how you feel about yourself, and how can you change those things. Mercury is going to be retrograding until May 22nd. Also, remember, Mercury retrograding, not a good time to start any new projects, start anything, brand new, signing contracts. It's not really a good time for that. Double check messages and any type of emails that may be coming in, because Mercury does rule any type of communication that is happening between computers. You might think somebody said something and it's not really what it is. So also too, you might want to don't jump to conclusions until you get all your facts, until after May 22nd, until Mercury is direct, so you can process things just a little bit better. So it's also too a really good time to reconnect when Mercury retrogrades. It's a good time for you to really go back over things. It's really go back over things. And then Venus is going to come into your second house on the 29th, along with Mercury retrograding and the Sun. So you are going to be trying to attract more money to you. This is what it tells me. You're going to try to attract money, or it's going to be easy for you to attract money. It's going to be good for you to be thinking about that as well. It is your birthday. So again, Aries, happy birthday. I hope that this month is going to be amazing for you, along with your Mars 6 month journey for the retrogradation as well.